Ooh-wee. So, we might have went a little overboard there. But it's been a little while since I've done a comic haul video. I actually went to a con today and ended up getting way more stuff than I intended to. So, I have a lot of videos I can like catch up doing a lot of hauls like this, but may as well just do the most recent one, right? Let's go. So, first place I stopped at had a Commandy issue that I haven't got yet. Commandy number 6. So getting a little bit closer to having all of the Kirby run for those. There's a dude there who's like kind of a staple. He always has 50-cent bins, dollar bin, $2, $3, 5, and then like higher end keys and stuff. But his 50-cent bins are always pretty good. So I've always wanted to read these Kitty Pryde and Wolverines. At this con, I was able to almost get all of them. I think between a bunch of bargain bins, or a couple, I'm only missing the final issue, number 6. So that's number 1, number 4, and number 5 that we just saw there. Superman Annual number 9. He had a bunch of Superman Annual number 9 and 10. Unfortunately, not number 11 with the Alan Moore for the man who has everything, but I saw this was Alex Toth, and I'm not very familiar with a lot of superheroes, especially DC. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. It'd be good from that era. Destroyer Duck. I believe this is from the creator of Howard the Duck. When he has like a bet on the outs with maybe Marvel or something, he went off and did this. So that's number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. He had like a ton of these. Number 6, Charlton Bullseye. So Charlton is pretty fun to read. They are often very, like I saw this, I guess it's some kind of Mongolian dude. The scenarios and the illustrations and the dialogue seemed pretty good. Charlton always has a bit of an edge to it, a bit of a bite, like a adultish wittiness. An air of, I don't know, sleaze or innuendo, but I wouldn't go that far, but there's like a coy kind of like adult cheekiness to it without being campy. So I'm becoming quite a fan of Charlton stuff, even more than I was before. Dick Tracy Special number 3. These I believe reprint original Dick Tracy stuff, which can be very like violent, humorous. Maybe a snapshot of the what's going on at the time in people's minds, or I don't know, give it a shot. This should be pretty easy to flip if I don't enjoy it. A lot of stuff like that in here. That's kind of like what I always go for. Stuff I'll like take interest in, but if I end up not liking it, I think I'll be able to get decent value for it. Dick Tracy, The Underworld. So this is John Moore, writer, but Kyle Baker illustrating. Interesting. And it's really minty, so give that a squiz. Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter, Classic Illustrated, adapted by P. Craig Russell and Jill Thompson, both pros. Jill Thompson, of course, I'm a fan of from Beasts of Burden with Evan Dorkin from Dark Horse Comics. Skilled artist, painter. This is earlier on in her career, definitely like early 90s or late 80s, so what is that, about 20 years earlier than I was familiar with her. New Mutants number 36. This looks to be a Barry Windsor Smith cover, so I did get it just on the strength of the cover alone from that 50-cent bin. And who knows, maybe I'll enjoy. I've been interested in this era of New Mutants. Might be a jumping on point if I do like it. Classic X-Men number 10. So I do really like these. These like back covers and backup stories of John Bolton a lot. And they're very considered and very apt character studies. Very moody and melancholy a lot. Kind of the drama of one's own, of each of their own like emotions and psychology. They're very like considered and sensitive. I don't know how else to put it, but they're great. I really love these. They're some of my favorite X-Men that I've read. So it's a good way to read old X-Men and get a bonus in the back two of those John Bolton stories. This is number 32. Let's just look a little bit. Man, he's awesome, man. Love this stuff. Number 33. Havoc. Yeah, I usually just flip through a little bit once in a while. Not just a complete haul video, but showcasing and quickly looking through. I love the expressions on his characters and the delicate line work too. I don't know. I really love this style of art, and it being brought to superheroes. I like the X-Men, maybe my favorite superhero group. It's a great combination. Number 34. What do we got here, man? Oh, Battling in the Mines. Yeah, here we go. Now we're talking. Yeah. Damn, girl. You can't go wrong. Yeah. Wicked. So this is a Kirby Captain Victory. I don't really know anything about this, but Kirby for the Independence. And forgive the focus on my phone. It eats a bag of dicks sometimes. Meet Big Ugly. Oh shit, yeah. What's going on here, man? What is going on? I love how Kirby would have like this this like formula or MO of having this single page and then the 2-page spread right after. It's great. If I ever make a comic, that's how I want to do it. So good, man. Yeah, more Kirby. Marvel's greatest comics. So these, of course, reprint old Fantastic Four. There was a guy there who had old Fantastic Four, and damn, dude, like $20-$50, but I guess they're a little bit beat up, but maybe sometime in the future. I kind of covet those a lot. Another one from the 50-cent bin. Giant superheroes battle super gorillas. I guess it was a trope in the Silver Age that a lot of superheroes would end up fighting gorillas a lot. Are these new stories, or... They look like reprints. I take it, like, I assume that these are reprints of older stories that have to do with, yeah. That have to do with, like, fighting simians. I don't know, man. I doubt I'm gonna read this. This is too much text, dude. Well, I guess this is from a time when people didn't really have TVs or anything too much, and kids are learning how to read, and they're just stuck with, like, one comic book, and they read it over and over, and can enjoy that much dialogue. My attention span doesn't deal with that. I like Frank Miller levels of dialogue, I think, is, like, the perfect amount. Hell Girl. It was pure 1990s by the looks of it. Yeah, it should be easy to flip. Anything with sexy demon chicks is like either going to be good or easy to sell. Secrets of Haunted House, number 26. I always get these Bronze Age horror anthologies. Terminator, The Burning Earth. He had a bunch of these Terminators in that 50-cent bin. And I was like, yeah, I'm interested. Might be good pulpy stuff to read, like on a commute or something. But check it out. Illustrator, Alexander Ross. So I guess this is Alex Ross before he kind of got his break or was more famous, but he's doing post-apocalyptic Terminator universe stuff. So yeah, this will be worth a flip through for sure, worth a read. That's a cool find. Something I didn't know existed. A good reason to like dig through stuff, you know. You always find stuff you never knew you could have been looking for or would enjoy. Terminator number 3. Different Terminator number 4. That's nice art. Terminator Endgame number 3. Number 2. Terminator Secondary Objectives number 3 of 4. I have a set of these already, but Paul Galassi, nice art. Very like unique and creative, I'd say. I can't really put my finger on it, anything else that he might look like, but yeah, it's got like a real creative way of doing things. It's not quite like my rendering style, but I think I'll learn to appreciate it. Smoke a blunt and read these. But yeah, I'll like probably put together another set of these. I think it'll be worth it. Just for kicks anyways, just because I'm so close to having like a second or third set of these so easily. So if they turn out to be good, they'll be like easy to give to friends, and if they're not so great, then they'll be easy to just sell and get my value back, I'm pretty sure. But they look like they'll be good. Oh, James Robinson, the writer of Starman, I believe. Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Part 1. It's the adaptation of the movie, of course. Terminator The Enemy Within, number 3. Oh yeah, this 50 Cent bin had some Batman Year 1 by Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli. So that's Year 1, Part 3, or 4 or 6. Yeah, I got a second copy in there too. It's like whatever. Because I have it a couple times, and it seems like they sell for like even a good $10-ish or more even per issue. And it could be pretty easy to put another couple sets of these together. I think I'm like pretty close to having some more sets of these ready to go. But yeah, it's awesome, man. Seminal work. Hawkworld by Timothy Truman with Al Catena and Sam Parsons. I'm willing to give this a shot. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with superheroes, especially in the DC universe, but Tim Truman does like outlaw, post-apocalyptic, wasteland, renegade type of stuff a lot, where it's just like mutant, kind of like Mad Max mutants and stuff, or I don't know, should be pretty cool. And I did, like, I actually flipped through these off camera before doing this video, and I was like, yeah, this looks pretty sick, so. There was a bunch of What If in there. Or at the con anyways. This one's from that bin. I think this was from a $1 bin. Yeah, those Hawkworlds were $1 also. What If X-Men Lost Inferno? This is What If Volume 2, Number 6. Who did this? Ron Lim. Yeah, I like his art. These are cool. These like bootleg, unauthorized, or does say authorized, training manuals of martial arts using the Ninja Turtles as the models or instructional models. These seem to be done by somebody who is at least somewhat familiar with the martial arts of these like niche weapons that aren't very very common to use, but pretty awesome, man. I think I have almost a set of these all together, but it's taken me like my whole life to find them. So this wasn't a $5 bin, but I was like, yeah, you never really see these, so even if it's a second copy, it'll be like I'll either keep a second copy or give it to a friend or something like that, because don't see these very, very often. I love this style of drawing in Ninja Turtles too. It's one of my favorite styles that they're ever drawn in. Okay, let's keep going. Oh yeah, and by the way, yeah, those are from $5 bin. So those 50 cent, he kept, one thing they do, a lot of people, if they're savvy to keep you happy, is like decrease the price based on you getting more. They'll give you a better and better deal. So like all that 50 cent stuff, ended up getting it for like just almost free. And all this other stuff too. Ghostly Haunts, Charlton Horror, again, like I said, with the Charlton sensibility in terms of dialogue and writing, it's really fun, enjoyable to read. So I think this has like Ditko in it too. Anyways, but I'll just get any Charlton Horror. They had like a bunch of, or he had a bunch of romance comics here from Charlton. Let's see how many. I think it's 8. But yeah, these are always worth a read as well. They're getting a little more trendy, especially with the passing of John Romita Sr., but it's kind of cool, the interest in them, I suppose, although to my chagrin, because I liked to be like one of the only people looking for these before. So they're going up in demand a little bit. I used to be able to get these for like $1.50 bins a lot. But they're pretty awesome, especially if it's Charlton. A little more sophisticated and oh, I should have been calling out like the numbers and stuff of them, but maybe if they're like really you know, keys valuable. These are all about like $18 mint each or something like that, but I think that's going by the guide. Love Diary number 97. Yeah, so these, he wanted like $3 each for them, but then, what would that be, like 24? And he's like, no, I'll give you 20. No, I'll do it for 50. I didn't haggle with him, he like haggled with himself for me. It's awesome, man. You gotta love, some of these vendors really kick ass. Love Diary number 102. Teen Confessions. I can't go on fooling him this way. Sooner or later he'll find out what kind of girl I really am. Who am I? Yeah, these are pretty fun to read, man. Straight up. And like, shout out to artists like Charles Burns or even like John Romita Sr. who have that sensibility to be able to translate it into drama of even like a superhero or independent horror comic books. The personal drama and composition of romance stuff. Okay, and then I found another bin where stuff was half off. So I was like, yeah, finally I'll take a chance on these like Glenn Danzig Verotic comics, because I've never read them before, but I'm a fan of Frank Frazetta and Glenn Danzig. I'm never really a fan of people adapting Frank Frazetta's paintings into their own like stories and stuff, though I usually just don't care about what they imagine. I'd rather just enjoy the painting itself, and yeah, most of the time I've ever checked that stuff out is like really stupid and disappointing, but I flipped through these a little bit, and they don't seem too bad. Glenn Danzig, Simon Bisley, as well, these Verotic publishing comics seem to be appreciating in value. That's what I hear anyway, that they're like $10 and up and stuff each. So yeah, I'm thinking a lot of like purging a lot of my comic collection. I'm getting way too many, but I need to make hauls of stuff of them first before I get rid of them all. Just have something to show for it. But anyways, again, from that half bin, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is Jim Steranko. Nice poppy psychedelic kind of stuff. Even with like horror elements at times. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's wild, man. I bet it would look better on the old. I think these are these reprints possibly of earlier work from like the Golden Age. I don't know, because I feel like it would look better on like cheaper newsprint possibly, but like the colors are a little too rich. But these will be cool to give a shot. Shout out to the homie Josh Weinberg for turning me on to those. If you need these, they're yours, bro. I have a feeling you probably have them though. Again, from that half off bin, What If Elektra Had Lived? Yeah, I like the Frank Miller stuff. So this is actually done by a What If issue done by Frank Miller as well. I will warn you though, unfortunately, it's not like the entire issue. It only takes up about a third of the length of the issue, but it is Frank Miller written and drawn. Okay, found another bin. I will say to the gentleman who had this bin, I wish you would adjust your prices. I didn't want to undermine you in front of your family. I saw that your wife and daughters were manning tables for you. I think he had like 3 or 4 tables with signs saying like 60% off, but the prices for a lot of stuff were too astronomical, bro. It was stuff that you'd find in 50-cent bins, and you had them priced for like $80, $70, which even with 60% off, you're, what is that, like $30, $20 and stuff each. Doesn't fly. So I was scared to look through his bins, but I looked through his $3 bins. And I say that with all due respect. I hope you do adjust your prices and find, you know, the happy medium to thrive for yourself and for everything, buddy. So yeah, I was scared to look through his stuff, but his $3, I was like, I'll look through the $3 bin. I do have that that sensibility though of like being polite. That I'm like, if I look through somebody's bins, I feel like I have to buy like at least one thing. Or like, you know, if I ever go into a business or to use a washroom, I like have to buy something and something. But anyways, so I was a little scared. But the first things I found were like these, some of the missing Kitty Pryde Wolverines that I needed. And I was like, hey, they say $2, and he's like, I guess I'll give you charge you $2 each for them then. And then these Evangelines. I love these. I really love these. Chuck Dixon and Judith Hunt. I think it was his wife at the time. It's my favorite Chuck Dixon stuff I've ever read, I think. It's this nun, and the post-apocalypse. She's always in the middle of stuff, but it's not preachy or anything. It's just she happens to be a nun or taking the vows. But she's like a, you know, basically like your Mad Max kind of stand-in, except a female. And devout. But let me show you. I think it's in this issue. I love these. I have like a set already of these, but I'm putting together. This is the lead like space gypsy bad guy for this issue. And you must remember these gentlemen, the ones you left behind 10 years ago. But like you recognize his face. I'm telling you do, man. It's like obviously modeled off of Charles Bronson, just like paused a VHS or something. Space gypsy outlaw Charles Bronson, Man Brown. Oh, good, so good, man. These are really wicked. They're really fun. They're like, you know, heartwarming or heart moving. They can be very sad and tragic also, but yeah, they roll. So putting a set of these again, like maybe I'll have them for sale or give them to friends. I'll just always push the Evangeline. I'll always like die on that hill. That Evangeline is really good. Okay, just gotta unbox some more. Hey, yeah, and although I did smirch that gentleman's pricing, he did turn out to be nice. So you know, he's not a dick or anything. It's like it's hard out there. But he like, I think he gave me those Evangelines at a deal, and the other ones for $2 instead of $3. And he threw in this bag, which is from like 1980 or 81. And I'm like, dude, that bag's probably worth like money actually. That's crazy. A plastic bag. Then he's like, I want you to have it. But yeah, nice fellow. Now I have to preserve this bag somehow. I don't want to have to preserve bags, but this, like, how many of these even exist in the world, bro? It's from like an 80 or 81. Anyhow, so then there was another vendor who had a Spring Bean Comics. They had a section of like $2, $3 books. Some of the $3 books I think they gave me for $2, but anyways, for the $2, the deal was if you buy 20 or more, then you get 20% off. So for 20, that would be $32 instead of 40, right? But yeah, I just started piling them up, and then like before long, I was like, oh shit, I have like too many, man. But I was like, oh man, I'm getting too many, and they're like, yeah, we'll treat you right, man, don't worry. So ended up like filling up a short box, which is about 140, but got like paid like just a little over $1 each for them when all is said and done. Not too bad. Adventure into Fear. with Matt Morbius, the living vampire. This is Adventure into Fear number 21. 21? Yeah, let's see what that's all about. It'll be easy to flip. For some reason, I decided I was going to get covers with, like, sweet pieces of ass on them. It's like I need a common thread of, like, some legs, man. But I remember I had this comic as a kid. I bought it for the same reason, I think. I didn't know why I liked it as a child, but I was like, I just like this for some reason. I don't remember for the life of me anything that happens on the interior, though, but yeah, so you'll see a couple of these today. I was like, yeah, I don't know why. I'll just, like, put together a little batch of like, comics that are kind of like this. Have, like, fucking ass and legs on them. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Terminus is written by Jamie Delano with art by Chris Bacalo. So this should be pretty decent, both a good writer and good artist. Bizarre Adventures Christmas Hate the Holidays special. Catwoman number 8. Not familiar with Catwoman, but it's Ed Brubaker and someone Rader and Burchett. Brubaker, as I understand, I hear he's, like, a very good crime writer for comics and artists, so I'll give both of those a shot. Catwoman and him. It's writing and drawing. Conan the Barbarian, number 44. So this has Red Sonja, so it'll either be good or easy to flip. Dakota North Investigations. This really looks to me like Klaus Janson. But I did look inside, and it's not. Somebody I hadn't heard of before. Yeah, here's another of those kind of covers. Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, number 260. The Final Triumph of Typhoid Mary. The Demon, number 1. I do like the Jack Kirby Demon, and the Garth Ennis Demon was pretty good, but Alan Grant, I don't know, I'll give it a shot. Anyways, but it's number 1, so even if it's not good, easy to get rid of. Speaking of another number 1, I think this is one of the first Excalibur little prestige format books before the series. Or I could be wrong, because I think maybe these characters are around, like, issue number 15. But anyways. And an Art Adams Fantastic Four. This is Fantastic Four number 347. When Ghost Rider, Wolverine, the Hulk, and Spider-Man were taking the place to help out. Well, the Fantastic Four were indisposed. I got a set of these at the last, or I pieced together a set of these at the last Comic-Con, and yeah, the art's awesome. The reading, meh. I'd say the reading experience kind of meh. Just by the numbers, I'd say, pretty much. Judge Dredd, number, I forget. Anyways, these are these reprints for North America. Welcome to the Cursed Earth with the Brian Boland cover. I figured I'd try out the Judge Dredd comics because the movie kicks ass, and I've always been. That is the Dredd movie from, what is it, 2012? Or 2013 or something like that. But yeah, I don't know if the comics are as good. I guess it depends on the writers and artists, but I've read some of the Garth Ennis stuff and I was like, nah, I don't know, but Brian Boland kicks ass anyway. Lady Mechanica numbers 0 and 1 together. Some steampunk kind of trendy cheesecake stuff, easy to get rid of. Married with Children number 1 from Now Comics. Married with Children number 2. So I got these from my buddy Kyle. I'll give them to my buddy Kyle, but saw another buddy there and he's like, those are like $10 or $20 each, man. I don't know, whatever. They're for Kyle, I could trash them. Marvel Comics presents number 40, Wolverine. Was hoping the interior art would be like this, but sadly it's not. Wolverine number, or Marvel Comics presents Wolverine number 50, with Eric Larson art, I believe. I think I have the other 2 issues right before this, so we'll read more of that. The Punisher number 2, volume 2, number 2. That's definitely worth more than $1, so. Number 3. Number 7. This is about the last issue I need to complete the Mike Baron run, I think. Just about. Rack and Pain Killers, number 1. This is pure like 1995 kind of shit, man. 94 or something. Just gotta get some odd stuff once in a while. Rogue Trooper, number 1. Dave Gibbons, post-apocalyptic kind of robot dude or mutant dude. Dave Gibbons, of course, from Watchmen. Yeah, let's flip through this. So I remember I got this when I was like a teenager, but I didn't get into it. I don't know what it's like as a reading experience. The art's awesome. These colors are really like sickening, though, as far as like an irradiated wasteland. Damn, dude. I think he colored it himself. Yeah, Dave Gibbons, I think, is like a very effective colorist. Oh, this is like Tales from the Black Freighter or whatever. These colors are just like so sickly, man. They make you feel almost ill looking at them. I imagine that's what he's going for, really. It makes it almost hard to look at. Anyways, give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Secret Origins Special, number 1. Another Brian Boland cover. Son of Tomahawk. This looks to be like a Native American hero in the West, I would imagine. That's number 137. And then 139, Son of Tomahawk. Joe Kubert covers. Amazing Spider-Man, number 297. It's cool to get this kind of stuff for like just about $1 each. Todd McFarlane, Amazing Spider-Man, number 320. Number 326. Eric Larson, number 330 with Punisher. 331. 334. 335. 336. 343. Yeah, one of the first comics I ever got as a child was like an Eric Larson Spider-Man that made me really like, it was number 347, so here's 348. I never had 346 or 348, but I got them at this number 347, even though those covers are so iconic now that they're like expensive comics to get, but I managed to get one for not too much. But yeah, I guess that's my era, the Eric Larson Spider-Man. These are like some Todd McFarlane, adjectiveless Spider-Man. Number 2. Number 3. His gothy, kind of morose horror elements of him taking over writing duties right before he went off to Spawn. So these will be interesting. I've never actually read them before. I think I had this issue when I was a kid. I don't remember though, that's so long ass time ago. Number 6. Yeah, sorry about that, the video cut out. Anyways, number 7. Number 8. Number 8. Look at that cake and that leg. Still ironing out the wrinkles, I think, Tom McFarlane at that point. Number 9. Number 10. Number 11. Number 14. Tales from the Crypt, number 4. Of course, a reprint of the 50s stuff. Terminator Secondary Objectives, number 1. Yeah, again, close to getting another set. Paul Glacy, number 2. Oh, okay, yeah, we did put together another set. Twisted Tales, number 2. Bernie Wrightson cover. So, yeah, the guy selling them was like, how come those are so popular? And he's like, is it just the covers? And I was like, no, dude, the writing and the art's awesome too. And it's like adult. There's no comic code on here. So you get guys like Bernie Wrightson and Richard Corbin doing like adult comic or horror. And it's not gratuitous like sex and violence, but they're not afraid to have that stuff in there. Twisted Tales number 4. And yeah, good writing too. Another Richard Corbin cover. Twisted Tales number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Okay, here's that vein of What If that we had. What If Volume 2. So these are always like fun to read, man. As far as superhero stuff goes, some of the best stuff out there I'm familiar with as far as reading experience goes. Number 8, what if Daredevil killed the Kingpin? Or 8. Number 2, sorry. Number 3, what if Vision had destroyed the Avengers? Another copy of What If the X-Men had lost Inferno. I just, didn't realize that I got 2 of these. What if Wolverine was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? This is Rob Liefeld. Inked by Scott Williams. And I think the writing is supposed to be good. This was covered on Cartoonist Kayfabe, if I remember right, too. I'm definitely not an anti-Liefeld guy. I think the best description of his stuff is it was like punk rock, like the Ramones. It made people feel like they could be in a band and he only knew power chords, but people danced. I kind of like this era before he tried to refine his style and get more professional, too. Like, the earlier Liefeld, to me, the better. Anyways, that's number 7. Number 8, what if Iron Man lost the Armor Wars? What if the X-Men died on their first mission? Number 9. Number 10, what if the Punisher's family hadn't been killed? Is this Mike Zeck? It looks like it might be. I'd have to open it, so we're running out of time on the phone, though. What if the Fantastic Four all had the same power? I had this comic as a kid, because it was like the best looking one on the rack that month, or even though I wasn't like a Fantastic Four fan, this comic, I read it like over and over and over again. It was so fun to read. Really good writing. Number 12, what if X-Men had stayed in Asgard? Storm as Thor? Okay. Number 13, what if Professor X of the X-Men had become the Juggernaut? Is that Ron Lim? No, it's Jim Lee. Jim Lee art. Number 17, what if Kraven the Hunter had killed Spider-Man? JR? Yeah, John Romita Jr. What if the Fantastic Four had battled Doctor Doom before they got their powers? It's number 18. Number 20, what if the Amazing Spider-Man had not married Mary Jane? Damn, Black Cat looks pretty happy about that. Kraven and Venom are shocked. Electro's pretty happy, though. Number 21, what if the Amazing Spider-Man had married the Black Cat? Ooh, Jameson's pissed. Aunt May and Mary Jane are pretty sad. They don't really, they're just whatever. Silver Sable Sandman and whatever that other dude is. What if the Silver Surfer had not escaped Earth? Number 22. And an issue of What The, again with the kind of cheesecakey TNA covers. Because I was wondering if What The would still be funny now that I'm older, but may as well get the one that with the best looking cover, right? Jim Lee Wildcats, number 1. Let's give reading this a try again, I guess. I was remarking the other day that I think the best stuff by the Image guys was before they left Image, when they were still at Marvel. I'm not like a corporate shill, but sometimes limitation breeds innovation, or the collaborative effort. I don't think a lot of people are equipped to be both writer and artist. Only people like Frank Miller or like One in a Million. I think the collaborative effort can be can bring out the best in people sometimes. So yeah, I do miss when people went to Image and you didn't have the teams like Larry Hama and Mark Silvestri and on Wolverine. Instead you had freaking like Cyberforce. Shit, fuck all that shit. We had this instead of X-Men. Fuck that shit. Yeah, Wolverine. I do have this, like the complete Mark Silvestri, Dan Green run on Wolverine, but for this price, why not put together a second set? Upgrade my own and then sell off the others or give them away. Wolverine number 32, number 33, 34. I'm running out of time on the phone for this part 1 of this video. 35, Lady Deathstrike. 36, 37, 40. This is like one of the first comics I ever got and made me fall in love with the medium. Albert hitting Wolverine with his fucking stealth bomber. LCD trying to save him. 2 robots made to kill Wolverine, but they end up liking him just because Albert is basically is like the steward to LCD, but LCD really looks up to Wolverine. He's a little robot designed to blow up and destroy him. Oh my gosh, this comic rules so hard, man. I love this comic. Oh man, and I just fucked it up. Fucking scotch tape suck my dick. Anyways, let's look in here a little bit. Albert, one of the best characters. LCD also. Look at this, man. You can't tell me Cyberforce is better than this. Pure mania, these issues. This little story arc is like some of my favorite action superhero stuff ever. I'd say like Wolverine 40 to 42. Number 41 with Cable and Sabretooth. Okay, to continue. Wolverine number 41. You got Sabretooth and Cable here. This great little story arc. LCD trying to wake up Wolverine, worried that he's dead. No heartbeat. She's remarking that he's in trouble. Meanwhile, Sabretooth is just laying face down in the sewer for some reason. Hears that Wolverine's around, and of course he has to go kill him. He has to fuck with Wolverine. Some good bits in here. I think number 42 has some really, really wicked stuff, though. Oh yeah, a little center pull-out poster by Mike Mignola before he was making it large. Before Hellboy and whatnot. So this would be cool to get this is an extra copy for me, but maybe another copy even to pull this out. This nice little poster here. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. Number 50. Punisher Back to School Special. It's back to school time, so I figured why not get this. But having read it, it's a bit meh. It's really over the top. It's like freaking Death Wish, how brutal, like how bad all the kids are. They're all smoking crack and dealing guns and stuff. Pretty crazy. Maybe a sign of things to come. More smutty, kind of provocative covers here. X Factor number 37. Just 'cause it's got hot chicks, man. Number 38. Classic X-Men number 1 with Art Adams. So I think I must have at least like number 1 to 10 of Classic X-Men now. Really putting them together from dollar bins or 50-cent bins, and gonna have like quite a lot of them. I imagine that when it's all said and done, from putting them together from bargain bins, that maybe I'll have to pay like more than 50 cents or $1 to get those little handful that I'll be missing, but maybe not even. Number 5, number 6. Yeah, I think we've got just about the first 10 for sure. Number 7, 8, 9, 11. I think I have 10 somewhere else, so. Uncanny X-Men 177. 179. Is this kind of a key? I think it's the first appearance of somebody. Leech, maybe? 182. 183. 185. 201. Jumping up to 271, getting to the Jim Lee run here. Let's take a look inside a little bit. Look at some Jim Lee art. I really like how it looks on this newsprint too. some things I like in the original format due to being able to, you just like let it fall open when it's in this format. In the trade, you can't really. And it being on glossy paper on the trades, I think it looks different. I think it looks better on the newsprint when the colors are not faded. Jim Lee on the ball. Again, my opinion, better than Wildcats for sure. Not saying that to talk trash on anybody, but just my opinion. Uncanny X-Men number 272. All New X-Men Annual number 10. This is one of the first appearances of Longshot. Not the first, maybe second. With Art Adams, X-Babies. Kind of doing the chibi thing before people knew about it. Uncanny X-Men number 454. So this is definitely after my time, but Chris Claremont, Chris Bacalo, and Babley artwork. I guess is more focused on Psylocke and whoever that other chick is. So. Oh yeah, getting towards that $2 section towards the back. They had a bunch of indie stuff. Twisted Tales of Bruce Jones. He wrote a lot for Eerie and Creepy, I believe, but this is like color reprints of a lot of that stuff, I believe. The Unknown Worlds of Frank Bruner. Interesting. Angry Christ Comics, the angry works of Joseph Michael Linsner. Co-writer on the Max. He's known for like these Dawn and like variant cover art a lot of the time now. So this was in there as if it was like another $2 book, a little bit more than $1 for this whole trade. Cry for Dawn, volume 3. Again, I'm not very familiar with this stuff, but nice skeleton warrior there. Some of what he's known for. Cry for Dawn, volume 8. Dark Ivory, number 3. Again, Joseph Michael Linsner. I don't imagine that. I mean, I'll see what they're like to actually read, but these will be easy to flip, I'm sure. He's very sought after for his variant covers and whatnot. Yeah, some indie mature readers stuff. Leather and Lace, warning not to be sold to anyone under 18 years old. Liz and Beth. And this turns out to, well, this is on this gunk or whatever it is. At least it's brown. At least it's not white, right? But, yeah. This had like 2 issues in it. And I looked inside off camera, and it's what you would expect from the cover. Rick Veitch, The Max Immortal, number 1. Is this like, he's like some nuclear baby wasteland sci-fi madness stuff? Mature readers, indie? Yeah, we'll see what that's like. Amazing Spider-Man, number 346. Eric Larson, iconic cover. Again, like I said, 347 was formative to me as a child. So finally, all these years later, being able to read the issues before and after will be interesting. Okay, and Uncanny X-Men 173. First appearance of Storm with the Mohawk. Had to get that. Mr. Miracle, number 10. That's from Jack Kirby. Number 16. Bernie Wrightson, Master of the Macabre. These are great reprints of Bernie Wrightson stuff. Let's look inside a little bit. Try to open this one-handed though. Yeah, and I got another issue of Uncanny X-Men number 182 by accident there. Let's just look in here a little bit. Originally, when I got one of these as a kid, it had like something was wrong with the printing, and it was really blurry. So I thought these were all crap, but That was just my luck back then. These are actually really, really nice reproductions. They're really fun to read too. I haven't read these sci-fi things. I do like horror more than sci-fi generally. Yeah, just awesome. Let's look in here a little more. Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, these are worth having. Yeah, that, oops. I guess I'll keep the one that's in better condition. X-Men 182. Why not get some single issues of the Watchmen before they're... I don't know why the value on these is sometimes high, sometimes low, but getting these for a lower price is pretty good. I think I got these for like $3 each. Almost have them all now, or about halfway. Uncanny X-Men number 165. These are all in like a $3 bin. Here's 347 with a ton of spine roll. For some reason this issue, just because of the cover, I think Eric Larson was the first to draw Venom with like all the crazy teeth and slime and tongue and stuff. It was about when he first started doing that, I think, and when the first appearance basically of Venom like looking so crazy. But yeah, I loved this comic when I was a kid. I like read the crap out of it. Yeah, I think this is, if it's like in good condition, people buy it for like $50 and stuff. So yeah, unfortunately I'm not able to get it. Like a few years ago in a comic shop I saw it for $6 and I'm like, that's way too much, but now it's even crazier. Lady Justice, more risque covers. Daniel Brereton painted it. I was hoping that he painted the interiors too, but he only writes the interiors, so I don't think I'm going to enjoy this. No offense to him, but I read a series that he wrote and painted because I like his painting, but I wasn't too keen on it. Looker, another awesome cover. Writing of Ian Edgington and drawn by Mike S. Miller. Smiller himself. Hill Comics Gate. Good cover though, by Guillaume March. Watchmen number 11. Uncanny X-Men number 172. Uncanny X-Men 163. Another Batman Year 1, Part 4. Gonna have a few sets of these before no time at all, I'm sure. Ooh, yeah. So this is the last table that I went to, just about. Was it? Second last. But, yeah, Midnight Tales, Charlton Horror. These are really fun to read. And I've never seen number 1 ever in any condition, but this is really minty for tenner. Well, I got a bunch of bulk from this guy, so I ended up making a deal. Number 2. Number 6. Mouse Guard, Fall, 1152. Some like heartwarming, wicked kind of fantasy stuff. Kind of reminds me of maybe stuff like Dark Crystal, or not so much Labyrinth, but that kind of feeling. Like it's just kind of innocent, but scary and epic and adventurous. But yeah, whenever I read these, I'm like, man, I can't ever kill a mouse ever again. Mr. Wonderful. Daniel Clowes. I've never read this one, so cool to find. Best of Wizard magazine, basic training, how to draw. I had a copy of this before, but gave it to a classmate because he was more into superheroes than me back in art school. But yeah, it will replace it. I remember I did miss having this, so it was nice to have. The Techno Priest, set of 1 to 3 for $15. Amazing, man. Jodorowsky, Jean Jatov, and Fred Beltran. Pure madness. Absolute insanity. So this is number 2. Number 3. 20th Century 8-Ball. I can't remember if I have one of these already, but again, this will be the kind of thing that I could give it to a friend or so, for sure. Back to the John Bolton John Bolton. This is one of the more recent things that he's been doing with Laverne Kinzierski. I've always been interested in this, but I've never seen it available. I've only ever seen it available in like French or German or stuff like that, so cool, man. Number one. The vendor that I got this from told me that he was given this by maybe Laverne Kinzierski, somebody involved. Yeah, John Bolton, represent, go in full effect. This will be interesting to see if it's like worth checking out more. 300, this weird edition where it's like 2-page spreads on each one. I'm not sure if I'm a fan. I think I miss having the single issues most. I think I enjoyed it in that format most. And my friend at the show remarked to me, how come you don't even have that already? And I was like, well, because back in the day it was $40, then it was $25, and I hummed and hawed. Now $8, but basically like $5. Yeah, easy choice. This is very minty. Everything that guy had was minty. Okay, we're coming to the end. Just about. The Piece de Resistance. Signed Geof Darrow Shaolin Cowboy set. He signed each one, and he drew a little like drawing next to each signature. So let's check these out. I don't know where the drawing is on this one. This was kind of the clincher for me, just the simplicity, but what he's able to do with just a few lines for that little like lizard. Because I was like, man, when am I ever gonna be able to get something signed by Geof Darrow? Maybe I could put it on the bucket list, but buying these is cheaper than a plane ticket at admission to some con and waiting in line all day. And I mean, it feels a little bit vicarious, but to go through all that, I don't even know what I would say to him myself if I were to meet him. Just like, thank you, your art makes me happy. Ever since I was a kid, but where's the signature on the inside? Did he lie? No, there it is. Hey, that's nice. Let's keep finding more. I gotta make sure I don't put Scotch tape on these. Stick it to the book by doing this one-handed. Let's share. Let's look at these together. This will be my first time seeing these. So I think the vendor said that this is a self-portrait. Very nice. What will we have in here? Gotta be careful of this pesky Scotch tape. There's gotta be a better system for books, man. Somebody will find out. Make $1 zillion. Because think about it. Each collector has like 1 million comic books and 7 billion people in the world. They all collect comic books. That's trillions. Trillions of bags and boards that need to be figured out how to be done better. That's the Shaolin Cowboy drawing. Must be. Okay, last one. Another Shaolin Cowboy drawing. Guess I didn't have to open that for that. And the last table I went to was friend Don. I got this Shadow comic. I never heard or seen this one before. But Goss and Michael Kaluta, or Michael William Kaluta, is it instead? Do enjoy his art a lot. So yeah. So that's about it for this one. I'll be catching up on just about 10 more of these, I think. Just from like that years of not catching up doing these. It is fun to do these videos, so, and I kind of like want to do the videos before I file stuff and go through stuff and sell stuff away. May as well like talk about it with you guys. So hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then you know what to do. Like and subscribe and all that crap. I don't upload regularly, so if you want to not miss out on uploads, then you would hit that bell, because then it'll actually tell you that I uploaded. Otherwise, it'll only show you stuff that you like watch every day from people that are more professional and frequent YouTubers. But again, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed and enjoy your hunting for your own. And best of luck, best wishes, and that. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. One of the vendors had this Albert figure, and like a lot of the times figures don't have, like, their faces aren't quite right or some junk like that. But this is awesome, man. I love this character. So I'm not a big toy guy, but I was like, when am I ever gonna see that again? And it wasn't an exorbitant price or anything. It was like, you know, price to clear. So yeah, man, Albert. Bzzzt. Okay, thanks. Take care. See ya.